as well as adding a little bit of extra poke to what is already a strong top esports composition.
And like we were saying, right, as much as you can be like, it's not the great already in this game, and now Tian hovering in the area. This is a very risky dive to do at level 2.
It's 2 camps in the bot lane, but it's going to work out for Weibo because Crisp and Jackie are still level 1.
Hang on, does
However, the tower's heated up, and Crisp has gotten himself a double kill. Oh my goodness, it looks so good.
Much
but
in the favor of Kanavi.
Kanavi's just bullying Tian at this point. He has Jackie, Love, and Crisp like alongside him, but now Weibo going to try to bail out their jungler a little bit. Now Hung trying to land Zenith Blade onto Crisp. Extra crowd control should mean the rel can go down. Remember, no flash from earlier, and so Xiaohu going to be able to pick up that kill.
Crisp went the long way.
That's going to be a disadvantage that Weibo jungler can have to deal with for a while.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit for him to be able to get back into a good spot. 369 getting jumped right here. Goes in.
Jace has no flash, so he knows that he has to make this a one-way trip. Can he get a kill on the TN? The W autos are procced. Not enough as really beautifully weaving is TN spacing as he picks up his first kill of the game.
So close right there to 369 being able to turn that one into a 1-for-1. I respect trying to go back in. But like you said, Tian, really good spacing right there. Fancy footwork to be able to keep himself alive in that one. And now with the top laner dead for top esports, it is going to make things a little bit easier potentially if they want to try to contest onto this Drake. For the minute though, with everybody as low as they are off of that play, it's quite a lot of the damage that they're going to be looking to play around just gone. Drake is available, the Infernal, and once again, Weibo, they seem to have the priority fast track towards the majority of these objectives so far in the early game.
And they are going to be able to get there first, and 369 has no real reason to teleport at this point. Instead, trying to focus out Xiaohu, who is also clearing with him on the top side. It will just be top giving up this dragon and living to fight another day. Zenith Blade nearly connects onto Crisp, but not that engage found. We are still even in gold, now even in dragons as well.
Yeah, it's interesting actually to me that the top esports have decided to sit back so much throughout the early stages of this game. They haven't been too interested in going flying in right now. Are potentially looking for a little bit of a skirmish right here around this Scuttle Crab. Kanavi forced to flash away from that ulti. Now chooses to re-engage.
Yeah, Crisp has his flash and the Magnet Storm available, but not using it just yet. Right now, TN is trapped in the Dragon Pit, but so is Kanavi with Breathe at the fight as well. Battle lines have been drawn. Jackie Love, remember, without Summoner Spells, is being collapsed upon by Hung. And Xiaohu with the Weaver's Wall will be able to take the Misfortune down. Breathe gets another kill back, though, as Weibo still looking strong in this fight. A two-man seismic shove. Finally, Xiaohu has arrived to this series, and Weibo Gaming picked themselves up an ace.
TES, they go for the re-engage, having missed out onto the Drake, onto the Scuttle Crab, and it just does not work out for them right there. They get completely split apart. These kills. They're able to grab 1 or 2 of them at the very start, but the teleports come through so slowly. And you can see specifically onto Breathe right here, they're just not able to finish this kill, despite the fact they blow almost everything trying to kill him. Tian does fall, but Breathe gets to flash away, then just about gets the shield up to grab 1 or 2 of them at the very start, but the teleports come through so slowly. And you can see specifically onto Breathe right here, they're just not able to finish this kill, despite the fact they blow almost everything trying to kill him. Tian does fall, but Breathe gets to flash away.
Yeah, whether it's from Bin or Flandre. We might see another one here as Weibo looking to add on to their lead as Cream gets bursted down by Hung with another beautiful engage.
Yeah, Hung just using this Leona.
Once again going to be the target here as Hung is hunting for him once more.
Top lane, we are seeing a little bit of aggression right here onto Breathe. We just talked about how they've been having some issues in trying to kill him. Kanavi going to get stunned up. Really well played right there from Breathe. But there are 4 members of TES right now. They cannot afford to not have this play work. And it doesn't work. Oh, man.
Oh, we just choo-chooed on out of there with the Unstoppable Onslaught. Breathe.
Look, but they're losing for it.
As it does mean that, yes, you are correct. Top esports fail on that dive, and they're going to lose out on that mid-tier 2. They're now going to lose Cream as well. The one player who wasn't topside is now going to get targeted as TN shuts him down.
And that was a dive long in the making, but it worked.
Top have anything to say about it. They're still without their mid laner, and a teleport is coming in, though, from 369. Top esports want to fight this one out. We'll see if that bullet time finally comes through. Impale only on the Hung. And that means that the support will still be able to live for now. Crisp with the crash down is flashed away from, and here comes the collapse. Weaves Resolve comes out. It splits apart everybody on top, and now it's going to be 2 of their players stuck in the pit. That is 369 and Crisp going down, and Weibo once again controlling the Drake pit.
Yikes, TES, they try way too hard to be able to do anything. Tian has to step back for half a second. Like you said, Xiaohu with the great ulti. Hang on.
Cream targeted once again as a really nice
got
Weaver's
that
Wall
kill.
once more from Xiaohu. However,
No.
this time the Azir packs a little bit more of a punch. Nearly takes Tian down with that Sun Disc, but Xiaohu is able to finish
Enough
off.
to be able to actually deal the damage needed. Now we're going to watch Breathe engaging onto 369. He may be a tanky song, but he still does a surprising amount of damage right here, and we do have a couple other members from both teams on the way.
Yeah, here comes Hung, already landing the stun. However, the rest of Top Esports potentially on the way, although it is just way too late. Kanavi and Crisp not there in time as 369 goes down.
They are falling apart right now, our Top Esports. Remember, these are the split one.
Jackie Love was pushed out of that one, so
Yeah,
Weibo taking advantage of this right now. They're going to start up the objective too.
and it looks like it is going to be a response right here out of TES. Cream is not in the area. Kanavi is. No, they're not even going to try for it. I mean, I agree. You're likely to lose this team fight if you do, but I just don't know at what point TES are just going to have to try again.
Oh, Xiaohu. That's a very aggressive Weaver's Wall. He tries to flash away from the Emperor's Divide. Could be the throw that helped Top Esports get back in this game. Trying desperately to try to save that mid lane tier 1, where in all honesty, you should have just let that one go.
Okay, so we watched a couple questionable round warps in game 1. That's a questionable Weaver's Wall in game 2. It's fine. It's all good. Xiaohu's not going to throw his team behind too much, but still, that was a kill going over to exactly where you'd like it to be on Cream. He's now got those 2 items completed in a relatively good spot as the Azir. Still going to need a little bit longer to be able to fully hit that potential that you're looking for. The other pickup I'd like to highlight a little bit here is Kanavi right here.
Want to try and put a stop to it. The question is, will they be able to? 369 has a nice flank, but the Dragon's already at half HP. Crisp looking over the wall with the blast gun, but it might just be too late. Bullet time opens up.
Oh,
Kanavi
that's huge!
gonna try to drag in 3. Here comes Crisp with the Magnet Store. Top Esports are gonna try to come back in this game. They've already picked up 2. Cream dashes forward. The Dragon gets picked up by Kanavi, but now Light is 6-0. Still in the backline on this Ezreal and looking to try to do some more damage. They make it overall a 2 for 2, but a nice Wombo combo is a glimpse of what we can expect 1v1. On his own as an Ezreal, preventing him from even closing the gap and allowing for Top Esports to continue the collapse. And now Xiaohu looking for another Weaver's Wall, potentially finds himself in a bad situation as he's in melee range of 369, but the rest of his team is here to follow up, so 369 has to back away. Teleport comes in. It is Breathe, making it 5 members strong for Weibo up on the top side.
And that's a big ulti before a potential Baron play to just use to not even be able to. That's also going to work out. They've got a composition that doesn't mind getting to these objectives a little bit later on, to then grab the Wombo combo a second after you've already engaged, you've already used a couple of your tools.
They're definitely going to want to fight around this Baron, though, as 369 has arrived, throws out a Shock Blast onto Xiaohu, but already that Baron at half HP. Here comes Hung with his Zenith Blade, but it's going to be jumped away from by Crisp. Peeled off the Baron. Here comes a 2-man sleep. It's on to Jackie Love, who has to cleanse. Weaver's Wall comes out, but it's canceled, so Xiaohu not in a bad spot. Impale only finds 1. The bullet time not enough as Tian goes golden, and right now Top Esports have already used all their juice, but will it be enough? It's a 2 for 1 and 369 picks up a kill onto the Leona, and now they're trying to collapse. Weibo in drastic trouble right now. Crisp looking for the knock-up on the Light. Will be able to find it. Crash down from 369, and it is an ace picked up for Top. A quadra kill for the Jace.
And this happens every game, it feels like. 369, he loses this fight, right? Because the initial engage actually looks really good from Weibo. They're able to completely split Kanavi off from the rest of the team with a really good Weaver's Wall. But 369, he's biding his time, and it's the point at which the damage has already been blown from Weibo.
48 seconds or so. Only 1 grub here for Top, so that is helpful a little bit if you're a fan of Weibo. Nicely used Seismic Shove to get the cannon wave in. As we get about 1.5 more waves of this buff being available here for Top Esports. They have not been able to break open an inhibitor, but not the end of the world considering that they were behind after taking this buff, and at this point just trying to get as much gold back into the pockets of their carries as they can. Solar Flare comes out, but Cream is able to get away nicely, and so will not matter.
Yeah, really well played. And it's been multiple times right here out of TES where they've found that Wombo combo. Wombo combo compositions are very popular in League, but it can be tricky to actually find that moment from bad team fights, but it will certainly make getting themselves into good spots that much easier. As that top lane tower just going to be forced down, and ulti actually blown out of Breathe right now. That's going to have a long enough cooldown that he won't have that available for this next Drake fight. But once these fights goes a little bit longer, that's where 369 and Cream are going to be looking to get as much damage down in the extended. Again, going in. Want to Breathe, not exactly who you want to be grabbing.
Cream's passive doing a lot to try and generate some pressure in the mid lane. Jackie Love does get hit by the Swirl Seed. Not going to have that lilting lullaby pop
Kanavi.
just yet. Kanavi over the wall. Weibo are very separated as Breathe. Not really with the rest of the team right now. Tien on the wrong side of things as well. But finally, here comes the sign. It lands a knock-up only onto Kanavi. And now Breathe has to run away. But he's going across to the enemy side of the map. Bullet time comes out, nearly chunks the Scion out. He does have the teleport, so he can back and rejoin the team. But this might be the Cloud Soul started up here by Top Esports. Weaver's Wall will block him away from the Dragon for now. Teleport not channeled just yet as Breed still has to head back to base. It's at 6,000 HP. Gonna have to be a steal from Tien if they want to prevent the Soul from going down. Here comes Kanavi. Light gets hit up by the Impale, but he's able to cleanse away. There comes the Dragon. It's secured. That Soul here for Weibo, but Top Esports, they might be able to do something. Knock-up lands here onto Kanavi. He's doing a lot of damage here. 369 gets stunned up. There comes a big Shurima shuffle, and Jackie Love is still full HP. Zhao goes golden. He's able to pick up the shutdown, but Light is still alive, and Kanavi is the lone survivor on Top Esports. Top get the Dragon, but Weibo are going to win this fight off of their big 80 carry.
And how long are the death timers right here? Because you do a lot of tower damage between Light and Breathe. They are going to be able to push forwards long death timers right now. 30 seconds until Cream's back available. Crisp is up in 15, so this shouldn't be the end of the game, but they are going to lose themselves an inhibitor at least at this point.
We'll see. They're posturing aggressively right now. Scion does have the ultimate. We could do a little bounce special to go to the Nexus turrets if they want to play aggressive. There he goes, choo-chooing right between the Nexus towers. They only get the full damage onto one, and Crisp has respawned. Here he goes, trying to crash down, at least try to get some of the minion waves. Second Nexus tower is down. Light is 11-0 on this Ezreal. He wants to end this game right now. He's on to the Nexus, looking, one more auto. We're headed to a game number 3.
Oh, Weibo by the skin of their